What's up, guys? You are watching Gregorio Girls Makeup. My name's Shauna. I run this channel with my sister Devin, and today's video is going to be another Glam and Goals episode. So let's get right into it. So before I get into doing my makeup, the actual topic, I just want to tell you guys the layout of the video if you're not familiar with our last one. It's more get ready with me style. I'm going to do my makeup. I'm not going to tell you about the products, so if you have any questions about what I use, you can always ask me in the comments. I'll let you know. So in today's video, I'm actually going to talk to you guys about my story getting my story. It sounds so like dramatic, but it's about my story getting laid off and kind of recent things that I have been going through. So without further ado, let's just get right into it and have some good conversation. Okay, so getting started, I am not sure what I said in the intro because obviously I haven't filmed it yet because that's future Shauna. So again, going off of that, I'm not sure how much I explained in the intro, but what I want to do for this video is kind of talk about just some things that I've been going through lately because I feel like it can be helpful to talk about it. And at the very least, it'll probably help me to talk about it. I'll just kind of start off with a bang. Recently, I guess back in end of April, early May, I got laid off from my job. So I graduated college a little over 2 years ago. This was my second job. So the first job, I had a first job out of college and then left that to go to this second job. So the weekend leading up to me getting let go happened to be my birthday weekend. And leading up to my birthday, I kind of was just feeling, I have a lot of times these restless feelings because of just trying to figure out what I really want in life. I just had this feeling that this year I was gonna have my birthday. So that new age and that new, trip around the sun for me was gonna be just a year of growth. And I know this sounds like crazy, like how this lined up, but I was just having this feeling, and I had said to my sister, that week going into work, I feel like something's about to change. I feel like something's about to shift. I don't know if it's with our YouTube channel. I don't know what it is. I just feel like I'm on the brink of some type of like growth period and some type of something. Obviously, I didn't think it would be being laid off from my job, but that's okay. So sure enough, I say that, I go into work that week, and I get let go. And as I'm being laid off, and I really liked my job, I really liked the people that I worked with, so I was sad. I was definitely visibly sad. I will be totally honest with you, I cried, but through all the tears, in the back of my head, something was like, okay, this is good. Something about this is good. It doesn't feel good. Something had to fall out of place for something to kind of piece back together. So this is a crucial step that you obviously needed. Doesn't feel like it because it feels not good, obviously, but this needed to take place for whatever reason. So that happened. So this year obviously did start out with, being my year of change and growth, right? Then obviously, what do you do when what happens when you're laid off and you don't have a job? You have a bunch of time. So I had all this time to work on our channel, do things that I liked, and search for a new job. Because obviously, as I'm figuring out what I want to do with our channel and how I want to what I want to do with the rest of my life, I obviously need some type of income. So I need to find another job. Sorry, I don't know what my actual point in telling you guys this is. At the end of the day, I just hope if somebody watches this, it might be helpful for somebody. Because when you get laid off, no matter who you are, it sucks. But when you're so early in your career, you're kind of just like, okay, what? And this is where, so as I'm looking for a new job and kind of navigating being unemployed and all that stuff, this is where I feel like the people in your life are so important. And for me, one of the people that played a crucial role was one of my mom's friends. She had been unemployed before, so she kind of knew the ropes. One thing she really helped me with was just kind of narrowing down what I really wanted in a job. And I think, again, I don't want to offend anybody when I'm saying my opinion, so please, it's not my intention to ever be offensive. I just want to be able to speak kind of unfiltered and just give my thoughts. And I kind of think we're kind of sold like this story of, okay, like, you want to go to college and you want to make yourself like the best that you can. I mean, you obviously want to be the best you can be, but like, you want to go to college and you need to come out and find a nice, cushy, comfortable job with a nice salary and nice benefits, and you have to make sure that you impress the employers, and you have to look a certain way for the employers, and you have to do this and you have to do that. And to me, what a job search really is, and when you go on interviews, it's you finding out as much about the company and what you like about them, what it has to offer, the opportunity, how that will serve you. We kind of just like sat, and she had me think about what type of job, like what the actual HR things that I would want to do would be, but then what are the invaluables? What are the things that I'm not willing to compromise on? Let me get back to my other point. It's just as much about you going into that interview and you interviewing that company as much as they're interviewing you. It's not so one-sided where you have to be so nervous and be like, I have to be the perfect, like if you have 5 interviews and you're trying to be the perfect person for all those jobs, chances are you're not, first of all. And second of all, you don't have to morph yourself and make yourself be just different than who you actually are and what you actually want just because you want a job. Having the mindset that like success is there, and it's just a matter of how you're going to get there. Your opportunity is there, your success is there, the life you want is there. It's just a matter of you going and taking it and getting it and just arriving there, figuring out how you're gonna arrive there. And you can only do that by doing and going into your interviews with the confidence that this company needs to impress you as much as you need to impress them. I feel like that just gives you so much power and autonomy over your situation. So going through that with her reminded me of this conversation that I had recently had like a few months earlier with a friend from childhood. And again, I feel like us young adults, we get sold that your resume has to look perfect for employers, and you can't be in a job for only a few months. Even if you hate this job, you have to stay there because it doesn't look good on your resume. And to me, I work in HR, I think that's BS. If I'm looking at, and I did a lot of recruitment, if I'm looking at somebody's resume and I see that they like ping-ponged around a little bit, sometimes there's a good explanation for that. Sometimes they're just like bunny hoppers, but sometimes there's a good explanation for that. They're gonna ask you about it, sure, but what's wrong with saying, this just wasn't this opportunity, I'm grateful for it, but it wasn't really where I want to be, and I learned that very quick. There's nothing wrong with saying that. Literally nothing. And if that's not a valid answer to an employer, then do you want to work there? And you can feel free to disagree. These are just my thoughts. Okay, hi. Sorry. Future Shauna here. If any of these points that I'm making are resonating with you, please let me know. If you feel so moved to, please let me know in the comments down below. I think it helps our audience and our community and have these super meaningful conversations that I think, in my opinion, need to happen more in the world. Okay, good. Let's get back to it. Great. So anyway, I had a conversation with like I said, my friend from childhood. She was like, ugh, like I'm in this job and I don't like it. I don't like it. And I have only been there for a few months and I'm afraid to leave because I just don't want it to look bad. I don't want my boss to react a certain way. And I was just kind of like, girl, why? Why make yourself miserable for other people? It doesn't mean that when you get a new job or whatever that you have to commit and marry the company, but you gotta find something that you're gonna like being at. And to me, I really think it's important to like look at the culture and look at the people. If you're sitting in a job where you are miserable, why are you staying there? Like, to me, it just doesn't make sense. And I feel like we have this narrative that's just like, no, don't leave your job. I feel like with our generation, we might have less and less people having a 30-year career or whatever at one organization. I feel like you gotta keep it like funky fresh a little bit. You gotta like, see what's out there. And if your job is not serving you that and you are dreading going to work every day, we're at work more than we're with our families. We're at work 5 days a week. I don't really know what I want exactly for my life, but I know that I don't want to live a life where I am living for the weekend and I am wishing away 5 days of the week just to get, honestly, 1.5 days, because you've got Friday night, you got Saturday, and then Sunday you're preparing for the week already. So I'm not trying to wish away all that time, and I'm especially not trying to do it in my 20s where I'm gonna have the most freedom for me, the most time to be selfish and whatever. I don't know, I just feel like at this time we are fully in control of our lives. We're not in school where people are telling us you have to take this course and you have to pass math. We get out of school and then you get to choose. And then it's kind of like, holy crap, like, this is it for the next 50 years or whatever. If you're not happy, to me, your sanity, like, in my life, my sanity and my happiness is of the utmost importance, and I'm not compromising that. With the staying in a job that you don't like for whatever reason is just ridiculous to me. Like, the things that I learned is just when you ask for change and you kind of put that out there into the world and you're like, I just need, this to happen. Don't expect success to be linear. If you're like, I just need something to change, be prepared, you might get laid off from your job. No, I'm kidding. But like, it's not always going to come in the way that you think. It's not going to show itself in this nice shiny package. So where I'm at now, the new job that I have, I went in for my interview and of course, went in confident with the mindset, and that's like the thing, you got to go into your interviews confident and making sure that you're interviewing the company, like I said, as much as they're interviewing you. And obviously I liked my job before. Just if you liked your position before, that doesn't mean that there's not going to be another opportunity. That wasn't the only opportunity that would be great for you. And if you're in a job you hate, get out of it. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your energy. It's not worth the stress that it's going to put on you, because you don't really know. I know it sounds so cliche. You never know what's around the corner, but you don't know what's around the corner, and it could be something really great that's really going to push you and make you grow. So in my year of growth, I just feel like there are a lot of things that I have learned, and a lot of them is just having the confidence to move forward. The second is you have to lean on people and you have to ask for help, and that's where the importance of the people that you surround yourself with is it's so important. Obviously, I know that the importance is important, but sorry. And really, like, being unapologetic about your happiness. I feel like a lot of times we see like people who are being successful and all that stuff, and we're like, oh, I want that, and I just want to be successful. And I feel like being young, you kind of think being successful and confident is something that is going to happen to future you, when I feel like it's a practice that right now, present you has to start implementing. I feel like sometimes like we romanticize the process, and it's just like, one day, future me, I'm gonna have this big cinematic moment where the tables will turn and all of a sudden I will be confident, or when I have this, that, and the third, I will be confident. And no, confidence is a daily practice that we do now. And we also don't need an invitation to do it. I think sometimes we think that something has to happen for us to be able to be confident, and it's literally just the fact of it being a normal day and you choosing to be confident and not struggling with the I'm not enough and I'm not this, that, or the third bullshit. Alright, so I feel like I've talked enough, so that is the end of this video, guys. We are going to produce a lot more videos like this because these things are important. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and Devin and I will see you in our next video.